Hello. Well, good day. Drew, your Tinseltown Tacky here. Taxi. Maybe I'm tired, I don't know. So, how are you? Welcome along, and it's time for another adventure with, well, not quite, but it's not boring, that's for damn sure. So that piece there is, it's called the That's called the Dissonance Quartet, the Dissonance Quartet by Mozart, where he experiments with dissonant sounds in order to make something beautiful, or dissonant notes. And today's adventure was about something very ugly, which is something you, of course, run across as a taxi driver. And it involves this place here. There you go. Snooty Fox Motor Inn. And in particular, I'm doing it because earlier I talked about the No-Tell Motel, which my friend Richie, who's out in Madison, Maine, and that's his YouTube channel, Madison, Maine. He didn't know about it, so since I was in the area, I just dropped some ladies off from the court. Well, I just came by and got a picture of the very place I was talking about, and that's it right there. It's the No-Tell Motel. And the story behind that's kind of fun. I think I told it, but it's the guy, like at 3 o'clock in the morning, just wanted a room. He was exhausted. I called around, couldn't find anything, and this homeless guy came by and told us to go to this place. And the distance is not... Let's see. Yeah, my GPS is slow. So we're here, and where I park normally at the Ace Hotel. It's up there in downtown. Yeah, yeah. I think that was about a $30-some trip. And yeah, so the guy suggested we come here. He asked for a small monetary donation because he had given us such good advice. And then we get here and they charge by the hour. So yeah, this is a no-tell motel, and I came by earlier after another trip, and yeah, there were streetwalkers walking up and down. Even though earlier it was raining, but I was interrupted because one of them wanted to ride a few blocks down the street. Didn't pay, but offered to give some services just down there too. That was hilarious. Yeah, so it's that kind of situation that this morning in particular was I don't know, it was just very, very, very strange because my first trip today in the morning at about 1:50. God, yeah, it came out about 1:45, and then an hour later, I got a trip from Olympic. So when I showed up, nobody was there. I waited, and then this guy and a girl showed up and waved me down. So I went over, and she's drunk as hell, and he wanted me to just take her home. And it was a very unfortunate situation because this douchebag had got her liquored up simply to take advantage of her. So that was the situation she was in, because I assume she fought off his advances or just said no, and he said, "Ah, the hell with it," and just dumped her on me, and that was it. So yeah, she was drunk as hell, and unfortunately she was sitting back there, and I was asking where she wanted to go, and she started to throw up. And she got a small amount of vomit on the seats before she made it to open the door and just start. So that was pretty sad. So she had a $100 bill on her to get all the way down to Inglewood. And originally said, well, you know, I don't have change for 100. So, well, the minute she started to barf and she got some on the seats, I said, look, you're gonna have to pay for the cleaning. So yeah, that 100 is gonna come in handy. So I took her halfway there, like right on the highway. She started to like that, so I had to pull over real quick, and she got a little on the seat before she opened the door and hurled. Then we get to her place, and again she woke up. I woke her up, and luckily, like I said, she didn't get too much on the seats. And these are cloth seats too. This is the worst car for taxi driving. Boy, this car has got 320,000 miles on it. Just past the 320,000 miles on it. It's Toyota Prius, for like the first model. But yeah, these cloth seats suck because cleaning them is difficult. Bad enough you get these stupid situations where people barf. So yeah, so we're gonna find. We're just gonna have to find a detailer and get them done and cleaned up properly. I have this stuff, fabric refreshener. It sort of works. Yeah. Okay, if that wasn't bad enough, then I dropped her off, cleaned up as best I could. I heavily used this stuff, try to negate the smell, and unfortunately it doesn't really work because one of my customers I picked up at Union Station, I asked her and she said, it smells a little funky. So yeah, so that's it. We're just going to get it properly cleaned. Alright, so since nothing was going on the West End on a Wednesday night, I just headed back into downtown and picked up a guy on Temple Street, and I picked this guy up before because he remembered me. And guess where he went? He went into Skid Row and literally get his bought some drugs sitting in the back because it was raining heavily. Didn't want it, because the other time he got out, walked around the corner, and then got his drugs, then came back and had me take him back. But no, because it's raining, he had to actually do it right from the freaking seat. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's a baby boomer. Oh well, I don't know, it's just kind of a typical LA douche. Then not much. It's been a pretty slow day. 6 in San Pedro. Oh yeah, and then we just went to Union Station. Quick trip. Oh yeah, and then I picked up a very nice lady in a wheelchair. She went from this clinic in the homeless shelter to the women's shelter. That was nice. She was nice. And she was very appreciative of just me being polite and putting her wheelchair in the car. And then I just got this trip just now from the courthouse downtown to Vernon Street. Yeah, so there you go. Oh boy. Oh yeah, and of course I picked up a guy who was, let's see, I don't know, he was on 55th Street going up to the courthouse. So I got 2 court trips today. So can you imagine? Except for the lady in the wheelchair, everybody's involved in these issues, especially these earlier people. See how this is how Mozart is changing the song from his dissonance to resolution. Although in the case of these other people, there's no real resolution because she's got to deal with the problem that hopefully she wasn't raped by this douche. What a douchebag. That's a very typical thing, you know, these guys to slip like a roofie. Huh? That kind of thing? Yeah, that's the situation she wound up in. So let's hope she doesn't get raped or just taken advantage of and winds up pregnant. That's a real possibility. Okay, so this is Drew, your Tinseltown taxi, and there's a pickup on Central, which is way over there. I don't like doing these because, like I said, the distance is a little too far because it's the day and, you know, the traffic. Central. Oh, Christ. That one. Let's see, that is... Maybe it's not too far. I'll take that. I'll take it. Waiting in front. Superior Market. Oh, God, this is going to be a short trip. Oh, well. It's in South Central. Yes. So, 2000 South Central. Superior Market. April. Oh, well. We're going to have to load some bags and take her. It's probably a $5 trip. Alright. This is Drew, your Tinseltown taxi, saying goodbye, and right there, say goodbye to the No-Tell Motel. By the hour. Oh, God. All right. Bye-bye.